Good morning, everybody. It's Ebony here with the Alabama Community College System. And this week we are featuring the pulp and paper industry in Alabama. That toilet paper that you use or that copy paper in your office, any paper product in the state can be made within the state. Here at Coastal Alabama Community College, where we have Mr. Scott Dees joining us in a little bit, they have a simulated lab that represents anything that students will run into at the paper mill, with the exception of one particular item that Mr. Dees will talk about. Thank you for tuning in. If you have any questions afterwards, please visit accs.edu. Thank you so much, Mr. Dees, for being here with us today.
It's great to be with you today.
Awesome. So we'll talk about the pulp and paper industry. Tell us a little bit about that industry here in Alabama. How viable is it?
It's very valuable. Here in the state of Alabama, we make everything from toilet paper to paper towels to brown paper for all the boxes you get from Amazon that comes to your door are made here in the state of Alabama. We have a virgin hardwood paper mills here and softwood paper mills that takes forest trees and turns it into a finished product. We have converting facilities here in the state of Alabama that take the product and make boxes and Dixie cups and plates and all kind of paper towels and toilet paper that everybody loves. So, and we have a great basket of wood here in this area. I'm based in Thomasville, Alabama, and just from Thomasville, we have 5 major paper mills within a 60-mile radius of just this area. So in this Black Belt area of Alabama, we have a lot of paper mills, and we have a lot of converting facilities also. One of the products that's made just south of here in Jackson, Alabama, is actually communication paper, and that is the typing paper and copy paper that we make, that we use in everybody's offices and we print and use everywhere. But there's a lot of great products here in the state of Alabama.
To have that many products, Mr. Dees, I imagine you need that many jobs too. What are the job opportunities like in the pulp and paper industry?
It's a great opportunity for our young people and in the state of Alabama. It is shift work. It's a 24-hour a day, 7-day a week, 365-day a year job. But it's a great opportunities for people in the state of Alabama. And it's just a market that spreads out. You have to have loggers, you have to have diesel mechanics, you have to have all the other tier 2 and tier 3 suppliers for paper mills, because if it's not for the logs that's running up and down the road that we don't like getting behind a log truck, we don't have toilet paper in the grocery store. So it's just a great market here in the state of Alabama.
When you think the kind of students that are attracted to that industry, Mr. Dees, what kind of student does that industry tend to appeal to?
It takes a person that is willing to learn multiple tasks. It's got to be, because as they move up through seniority and move up to different jobs, they've got to be constantly learning. You might be on a job for 10 years and then you've got to move to another job because it's your turn in the basket, you might well call it. It's your turn to move up. It's your turn to advance. So you learn when you enter a paper mill, you're going to start at the bottom and you're going to work in shipping or driving a forklift, or you might start on one of the helping wash up on a paper machine. And then you'll advance through processes throughout the mill, posting for jobs. And the ultimate job is to be an operator on a machine. And you're actually making humongous rolls of toilet paper and paper towels at Georgia Pacific. So it was a great opportunity. I worked there for around 12 years.
What kind of certifications and degrees would someone who wants to move up in that industry need?
Okay. Here at Coastal Alabama, we have one of very few in the Southeast. We have a lab here that's about a $10 million lab. We have a pulp and chemical degree that We have a chemical plant. We have a paper mill here on site. We have boilers. We have cooling towers. We actually have 2 batch digesters. We actually cook chips. The only thing we cannot do is we cannot bleach paper. We can't turn it white. We can make brown paper here in samples, but because we can't get the chlorine dioxide, the ClO2 out of the paper mill because it's not a DOT regular, you can't haul it up and down the road. So I can't bleach paper, but we can make paper out of wood chips. We actually have some universities, and I won't mention any names, but we have some universities that actually use our lab sometime, and we actually cook some kudzu and bamboo, and we cut it up in chips and we cooked it, and I can officially say we still do not have any use for kudzu. It did not make good paper. So we still don't have anything we can do with kudzu, and even though we're overrun with it in Alabama, we still don't have anything to do with it. But paper and chemical is a great opportunity for folks in this area. Everybody, when you grow up, it's usually your aunts and uncles and that work at the paper mill. So you want to work at the paper mill. So it's kind of a family thing also. And we try to recruit a lot of women. Women are very good workers at a paper mill. Other than the shift work that's kind of hard on women, but you know, with children and things like that. But it still is a great opportunity for women into the workplace.
That is great news. What would I guess, a day look like in a program down at Coastal for someone interested in pulp and paper?
Okay. Everyone in paper and chemical technology degree, they take all their basics. We get, all of our programs, we have a very strong industry alliance committee that help with our programs, from Georgia Pacific to International Paper, PCA, which was Boise at one time. They come and really look into our program. They examine, and they're wanting a well-rounded student. So all of our students in our pulp and chemical take electrical classes. They take mechanical aptitude classes. When they get into their core pulp and chemical, they're actually running units. We have a control room where we'll have inside operators, outside operators talking on radios to each other, starting up the units. We have a process unit. We have a reactor unit, a batch reactor. We have a catalyst unit that's more of our chemical side. Also, we have wastewater treatment and a boiler and a cooling tower, like I said before. So, and we run all that out of our control room. It's all TDC, control panel, touch screens, turning pumps on and off. And it's a real world, it's just miniaturized, but it's a real world paper mill that we have here at Thomasville.
That's phenomenal. And Mr. Dees, that speaks to the partnerships that we have all throughout of Alabama's community colleges, where they're actually getting the experience that they'll need in the workplace. Is that pretty beneficial for students who go into the work field out there?
Oh, it is. It is. We actually have some corporations here in our surrounding area that even on their application has a box, have you completed the Coastal Alabama program? And you check the box. So kind of puts you on top of the list. That's what we like. So it's a good stepping stone for our young people. We have a lot of dual enrollment in this part of the country and of the state, excuse me. And we start them out in industrial maintenance, and it's a great segue straight into our pulp and chemical program.
That is excellent news. And so the $1 million question, how much money can a student make after finishing your program?
All right. Every student wants to make $100,000 right out front, but we're honest with them up front. You got to start at the bottom, and you're going to kind of find your niche. You're going to kind of work in different areas and cover different shifts when people are out. So you're looking at starting in the $16 to $18 range is where you're going to start. But a top operator in 15 to 20 years, if you're really excel and really learn your profession, you're over $30 an hour at most of all the plants. You have opportunities to leave the operation side and actually get into maintenance and electrical and instrumentation if that's what you would really want to do. So you're over the $30 hour rate. And so you're looking at with overtime, you can get that $100,000. You can. Uh, it just takes time. We I always tell my students when I was teaching, we're in a microwave society. We want it right now, but you have to work for what you really want.
Is that a career that you could retire from?
Oh, yes, ma'am. It is a lifelong. We have young people that graduate from our program 21, 22 years old. If if they work 20-year old young people entering the workforce as a spare hand, and they'll be the only job they ever have. They'll retire right there. All of our corporations in this part of the country, and I've named them out before, uh, have excellent benefit packages, retirement packages. So it's great opportunities.
Well, there you have it. More information about Alabama's pulp and paper industry and how you can be successful in that industry through Alabama's community colleges. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you have any questions, visit accs.edu or our digital career coach to find a program near you. Have an awesome day.